I'm Louis Sigmund. I am the president of Horizon Glass based here in Denver. We furnish and fabricate architectural aluminum, glass, and entry doors for storefronts, window walls, curtain walls, and then install that material in all types of field applications. Public sector, private sector, retail, multifamily, across the whole gamut. Well, the original seed was probably planted by the original founder, who was not me. So I am the second ownership generation of the company. I believe the original seed was a spin-off from yet another competing company who founded the company in 1978. I acquired it in 2006 after having about 20 or so years in the industry directly myself. Pardon the pun, hit my own glass ceiling in that prior life and was ready to test drive and see if everything that I had learned as an employee or part of other organizations in that same industry, we could put a little bit more rubber to the road, if you will, with me in a president and ownership role. And even though there was some rough road with the 2008 downturn, we came through it proudly and shining, and here we are today. Being in Colorado, in the wake of economic market cycles, even though this state, like any other, isn't immune, it seems to be at least a little bit more recession resilient. And we've been the benefactors of those, maybe not as boomy, but also not as busty, if you will, cycles. We're also, by virtue of what we do, we're in a trailing indicator industry. And if you will, we're in a trailing indicator region. So we get to see plenty of yellow and red flags that go up in the leading indicators, automotive and retail and housing, and in other leading indicator regions in the country, eastern seaboard or west coast, before they may ripple to us. So it gives us at least some time to be perhaps a little reactive at first, but then go forth and take a proactive stance. In terms of future plans, I think we're going to stay put. We wouldn't want to be anywhere but Colorado. We're proud to work statewide. There is a dual component to our business model. So in addition to the construction-related activities that I mentioned at first, the architectural aluminum, glass, and entry doors, and what differentiates us is we also have a complete and full service division. And there are very few people, if any, that are our size that participate with both of those components to their business models in our space. In terms of growth plans, we've really had the best luck growing, I guess the term would be organically. While we wouldn't rule out the right type of merger or acquisition down the road, we really have had the best success in not overselling our resources and getting too big too fast by just attracting and retaining top talent and growing at a clip or a pace that isn't a snail's pace, but still makes sense and manifests itself in our performance and in our financial results each year going forward, especially since coming through the 2008 downturn. This recognition from Colorado Companies to Watch is and has been and probably will remain nothing short of fabulous. We have to remember that it was differentiation on which we were able to position ourselves to become a recipient of this great honor. Colorado Companies to Watch sort of sees that ante and raises us one or two and continues to help us set ourselves apart. And it's not a slam or a diss on anybody else that is active in our space, but it sure is nice, given that we are, to a small extent, an old school operation in an old school industry by virtue of being in construction and having glazers, most of which people don't even know what those are, but they're skilled glass workers on the same par as mechanical or HVAC techs or electricians. But there we are with companies to watch, right up there with today's newer tech companies and microbreweries and other companies that are in, I guess, what we would call newer school industries. And we're just hanging right there with them and proud to be in that proverbial fraternity.